Welcome. Take It Up with Jessica Lee. I'm here with Allison Cramer, who is head of marketing at BMC Software for the Mainframe business.
Right. Thank you so much, Jessica. It's great to join you.
Yes, welcome to the show. I'm excited to talk to you about the mainframe business because BMC did a survey of the industry recently, and this is the 14th year you've been doing it.
Right.
You surveyed 1,100 leaders, like executives and professionals in
Correct.
the mainframe business to get their thoughts and get the pulse of the industry.
Exactly.
Please share with us some of the stats that you found.
It was fantastic. So there were a lot of things that came out this year that were different and unique. First was the number of women. So 30% of the respondents, exactly. Yay, go girls. We had 30% female. So that was exciting to see. We also had directionally 29% of the group came in, had less than 5 years experience, fell more into a younger demographic. So we see more young people joining the workforce in the mainframe space.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're excited about the growth. And what's interesting is in some of the customers we've spoken to who've worked with different universities and had different programs and interns, et cetera, in this space, when they ask those folks why did they choose to go into the mainframe space, they say things like, because it's the backbone of this company and because this is the reason all of the transactions go through. If this goes down, the ship goes down. So it's interesting to see them be passionate about it.
Yes.
And they're bringing that passion into mainframe modernization, which is also nice to see.
Okay, what does that mean, mainframe modernization?
So that's this concept of looking at the mainframe and reinventing how it works in your environment. It's making sure it's able to work with different philosophies like DevOps that is open to those types of things, that make sure that it works with the cloud, and that you can access the different databases and information can go backwards and forwards. It's making sure that it can take advantage of automation and artificial intelligence. So there's a lot of the newer things that we typically associate with other, maybe the cloud or distributed, et cetera, that also are beneficial to the mainframe. And the millennials showed in the data a very high propensity for being interested in those things, particularly AI and DevOps.
And I noticed in the report you found 59% of the executives see the mainframe platform as the technology for growth.
Yes, and that's been steadily increasing over the last few years. Last year I think it was 51, and then the year before that it was a little lower. So that's on the uptick, which is great to see. In addition, 93% of folks have a strong perception of the long-term viability. And many folks also see the platform, particularly the millennials came in at 60%, saying they saw it as a place where you would put new workloads and see things growing. Interestingly, the boomers were a little bit lower, but the millennials they're pumped, they're excited.
They're excited. And you came from the distributed computing, cloud space. What attracted you to get into mainframe?
It was an interesting concept because I felt similarly to them of when you really start to see the power of the mainframe. There's an article on DevOps.com that talks about how one mainframe can handle 100 Cyber Mondays worth of transactions, just one of them. And when I saw the sheer power of it, those are words and concepts that I had always associated with other things, that in order to get that kind of scale, that kind of reliability, that kind of transaction level was just I had never realized that was what the mainframe brought to the table. So it's a fantastic engine, and I felt it was an underdog at this point because folks don't really realize all that it does and all that it touches.
It's a very powerful system. Yes.
Exactly, and I really want to shine a light on that for people so that they can start to see, okay, these are the benefits of this platform. This is how it works in my estate, and these are the benefits I can bring to my customers by leveraging its power.
Yeah, because I think the mainframe system is no longer that maybe the old perception.
Yeah.
It's actually a modern system that can fit into a rack.
Yep. With the new C15, it's the 19-inch form factor. They've done a lot of work to make sure it fits in, as it were. And they've done tremendous things. IBM's done a fantastic job across cloud, across security. They've got a lot of focus there. So, and they took in this last model tremendous amounts of customer feedback as far as that development process, which is always heartwarming to see that people are listening to their customers.
Yes. As head of marketing, you must be excited about the opportunity to educate the marketplace, like the users, of the possible way to leverage the mainframe.
Yeah, it's exciting for a lot of folks to be able to see how the mainframe can play in the modern game, how it can support things like mobile applications, how it can support other cloud interfaces. If you consider that mainframe supports transportation, it supports banks, it supports retail, the speed of those transactions and the reliability that's required is something that a mainframe is exceptional at providing, because the mainframe, it just works without a lot of the drama.
It works without the drama. I like that. Yeah, and I think the massive amount of volume it processes is actually a very cost-effective solution when you look at the workload compared to the cost. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the math and the data of making sure you've taken advantage of your resource, that you've used it in a situation where it's going to succeed and it's going to be powerful and it's going to help you meet the needs of your business.
So Allison, what are some of the challenges you're looking to address next?
So some of one of the biggest challenges we have are bringing new folks into the workforce and making that a smooth process for them. We have one customer who she just talked to us last week about how she's working with these universities and she's got these interns that are coming in, and she talked about, the career path used to be very complicated to get into the mainframe because of how important it was to an organization. Before they would let you work on that, you really had to go through a lot of steps.
You have to earn it through the different
you gotta
roles.
Make sure you know what you're doing. Now, because of leveraging things like automation and AI and different platforms, she's able to bring folks in faster. And she said, at first it was a little scary. We're bringing in these folks that are really green, but they're getting it. And obviously they're being mentored and brought through the process. But that's been, I think, rewarding for both the folks teaching and for the folks learning.
And that's because BMC has created the Amy portfolio of products.
Exactly. So Amy is our brand across all of the products that we have supporting Z Solutions. Some of her underpinnings are things like artificial intelligence, automation, and domain expertise. And that's another piece that's important to us as we talk about bringing these new folks into the workforce, of making sure that they can take advantage of products that have knowledge built in of all of these different scenarios and situations that have happened prior, so that they can get the benefit of that, see around the corners a bit, and be able to protect themselves from outages, unscheduled things, etc.
Sounds great. So what's exciting ahead for you?
So we have a couple of things. So Amy is going to be showcased next week at our BMC Exchange in New York. We also have various other shows. We'll be at Splunk and other things talking about her and all the things that she brings to the table.
Well, I haven't met Amy. Would love to meet her. Well, thank you so much, Allison, for talking about the survey that you did.
Yes.
I love the stats that you were able to share, and also the exciting road ahead for you with the BMC mainframe business out there.
I am super excited, and I am excited to be able to support our customers.
There you have it, folks. Take it up with Jessica Lee, Allison Cramer from BMC Software.